Hi, I'm Ksenia Yusnova, Public Relations Specialist of the company RosCo. Foreign citizens and companies can do business in Russia. What legal form of doing business is preferable? You'll find out from our new video. Many foreigners work in Russia. Depending on the characteristics of the business, it can be arranged in different ways. Today, there are 5 ways for foreigners to work in Russia. The basis for doing business in Russia is the federal law on the legal status of foreign citizens in the Russian Federation, which clearly states that foreigners have the same rights and obligations as Russian citizens.
Method 1. Creation of an LLC by a foreigner.
Foreigners or foreign companies can establish an LLC, limited liability company. When registering an LLC, it is necessary to take into account the restrictions on doing business in certain areas of activity. One can establish an LLC with an authorized capital of 10,000 rubles. The package of documents that must be submitted to the tax office will be wider than that of a Russian LLC. All documents drawn up in a foreign language must be translated into Russian and the translation certified by a notary. In order for a foreigner to be able to become a director of an LLC, they need to have either Russian citizenship or a temporary residence permit or a residence permit. A foreigner must also have a work permit or a patent. If the share of a foreign company in an LLC is 25% or more, then the LLC cannot apply the simplified tax system. If the share of a foreign company exceeds 49%, then the company will not have benefits for small businesses. An LLC can be registered within 5 working days.
Method 2. Acquisition by a foreigner of a share in an LLC.
A foreigner or a foreign company can acquire a share in a ready-made LLC. This method allows you to easily enter the business because the company has already established business ties. And an important factor is that the participants of the operating LLC are well aware of Russian legislation. But there are several restrictions under which a foreigner will not be able to enter a ready-made business. For example, if a company carries out activities that are strategically important for the state. Another obstacle may be the provisions of the charter of the LLC. Thus, the charter may contain a prohibition on the purchase of a share in an LLC by third parties. In addition, in certain cases, a foreigner must obtain permission from the anti-monopoly service to purchase a share in an LLC. This method is cheaper and easier than creating an LLC from scratch.
Third method. Creation of a branch or representative office of a foreign company.
Foreign companies can open their representative office or branch in Russia. We covered this topic in one of our previous videos. The functions of a representative office of a foreign company are reduced to representing the interests of the parent foreign company in Russia. For example, to the expansion of sales markets, the search for buyers, holding promotions. The branch has more extended powers. The branch can be engaged in the same commercial activities as the parent foreign company. The creation of branches or representative offices increases the mobility of a foreign company, helps to reduce costs and accordingly leads to an increase in profits.
Fourth way. Individual entrepreneur registration.
Foreigners as well as Russian citizens can open an IE in Russia. Foreigners who have citizenship, temporary residence permit or residence permit can register an individual entrepreneur. If a foreigner has the status of temporarily staying, then they cannot open an individual entrepreneur. When registering an individual entrepreneur, it is necessary to take into account restrictions on doing business in certain areas of activity. Opening an IE is much easier than an LLC. The registration period for individual entrepreneur is 3 business days. An individual entrepreneur can apply the simplified tax system.
Fifth way. Work through a Russian distributor.
The essence of the work lies in the fact that a foreign company finds a partner in Russia who will purchase products from it and sell them in Russia. In this case, a dealer agreement is concluded between a foreign company and a Russian partner. This is the easiest way that does not require registration with regulatory authorities. In addition, this method is the least expensive. You do not need to contribute money to the authorized capital, pay state duty, rent an office, pay salaries to employees and taxes. I'm glad you watched the video till the end. I'm Ksenia Yasnova. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and RosCo specialists will kindly answer them. And of course, subscribe to our channel, where you'll find loads of useful information, not only for your business, but also for yourself. Stay in touch, stay with RosCo.